Awesome. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the information session with Wise Home Solutions. I'm so stoked to be joined by Jeff and Chad. They're going to be talking a little bit more about Wise Home and everything that it's got to offer. They are an incredible group of guys and an incredible team, and I'm really excited to dig in here. A couple of housekeeping items. We're live on YouTube. This is awesome. So go ahead if you've joined the live stream already and introduce yourself in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and where you're tuning in from. And then if you have any questions throughout today's session, just hit us up over there and I'll be able to ask the team and go from there. Then, if you haven't registered yet for the Get Hired Summit, make sure that you do. It's next week. It's going to be amazing. We've got our speaker lineup that we're announcing today, and we've got a full list of companies that we're going to be announcing on Monday, including companies like Adobe, Galileo Financial, Fidelity, Wise Home Solutions is going to be there again.
I'd be happy to speak. Thank you.
And there we go. We got Jeff coming too. And so we're just fired up for it. So go ahead and register at gethiredsummit.com. But from here, agenda for today, it's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to introduce these guys. They're going to take us through a little bit more about what it's like to work at Wise Home Solutions, what opportunities they have, and then we'll go into a short Q&A at the end. So with no further ado, I give to you Wise Home Solutions. Jeff, Chad, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Luke. I'm just going to share my screen here and take you through a little PowerPoint presentation about Wise. Okay, so yeah, we're Wise Home Solutions. We actually started back in 2017 was our first year of actual business. And we've actually grown quite a bit over the last 3 years. So the good thing about us is we're actually not new to the industry at all. We've been in the home security industry since 1999. And so myself and a few others here at Wise have actually built other companies, helped other companies grow, to be successful companies. And so the plan is to do the same thing here at Wise. So just a little bit about technical difficulties. So a little bit about us, the people that you're going to be talking to for a minute here. My name is Jefferson Moody. Again, I'm the COO of the company. Like I said, I've actually worked for other home security companies, helping them build out processes and build out different departments to help those other security companies grow. Currently, yeah, I'm the COO of the company, so I handle anything and everything having to do with operations, anything having to do with the financial aspects of the company. And so I've got my hands in multiple things. And especially with us being kind of this startup, if you will, we all wear a lot of different hats. But that's also the great thing about us, because we're this kind of the startup company, there's a lot of room for growth. And then beside me, as you can see here, is you've got Chad Hecking. So I'll let him kind of talk to you a little bit about who he is and what he's about. So,
hey guys, so like I mentioned, my name is Chad. I graduated from the University of Utah up here, the master's program up there, and came over here with Wise and really was just attracted with the potential of growth. They are a smaller company, and when they're planning on building out, it's my job to help them build out and build out a full team to manage that growth and make sure that we are growing in the correct manner to sustain the entire infrastructure that Moody and the other guys have built out so far.
A lot of people call me by my last name, so feel free to do the same. That's why he referred to me as Moody. Okay, so who we are. Our mission is actually to provide an unmatched customer experience that puts the needs of our customers and our clients first. Really, that's what sets us apart from our competitors, is we really are hyper focused on making sure that our customers feel comfortable with using the alarm system that we've installed for them. We make sure that they get a high level of service anytime that they call in and ask questions. We make sure we put them first just because it's about having a long-term relationship. And so we believe in that, in having a long-term relationship with our customers. And the only way to do that is to give them extraordinary customer service. It's all about that. We're all about making sure we put our clients first, and also here at well. I put a lot of effort in making sure that we find the right and so here's a little bit about what we offer. We definitely offer flexibility. I mean, you can talk to anybody here at the company and they'll tell you that's the number one thing they love about us is that we offer flexibility. We really believe in making sure that there's balance between and so we offer that flexibility so you can have that balance. We're all about training and support because a lot of us here, including myself, have a lot of history when it comes to home security. We can actually do the type of training pretty much anywhere else. And we can do it in a way that helps you to continue to grow in your career, grow in maybe the aspects of your career that you want to grow in. And so yes, we can definitely offer you all kinds of training and support. Can help you to grow as an individual. We're a very diverse group, okay? And that's the other thing about us is it's not about hiring a certain type of person, it's about hiring the right person. Because we've always done that, we have a very diverse group, which helps us to think outside the box, helps us to be able to approach things in a way where we're getting all different, opinions and thoughts that'll help us to drive success. We have goals that we set on a daily basis, and then everyone in the company also has their own goals to help achieve the company goals. So we're very goal oriented. I would say the biggest thing that we can offer here at WISE, we've had quite a few people that come to the company, and in a matter of months, they've actually been promoted. They've done such a phenomenal job. Like Chad here, Chad came in as a regular rep. In a matter of 2 months, we actually made him a sales manager just because he did such a fantastic job. We have other people in the company where literally they've only been here for months, and we gave them a raise and a title change because they did such a good job. And that is one thing that separates us, that we can give you advancement opportunities. We can help you to grow into a position that you really want to be part of kind of your career path. And so, you want to add to that, Chad?
As far as you talking about, that is one of the biggest reasons why I'm here at WISE. I understand their line and what they want perfectly aligned with the company's best interest. And that's where I find myself right now, where as long as we continue the hard work that we're able to get to that path.
Yeah. So right now, here's some of the positions that we're currently in need of. And so I'm going to turn over to Dan about the sales position and the opportunity.
So as far as what I'm doing, I'm the sales manager here, so I'm looking constantly for opportunities of growth and being the sales rep position, which are the day in and day out hard work. Really looking for grinders that are out there pushing to be done, as some say. What we can typically see finding this position is somewhere around the year comes out, and honestly, it really depends on how hard you're willing to work. The company does an amazing job setting up you right now. You're going through compensation wise, but then on top of that, they've also knowing that as long as we sell good customers, that we're dealing with good people, that we get taken care of on the back end. And as Woody mentioned a little bit in the incentives in the goal department, day in and day out, there are goals to hit, there's incentives to hit, and this is anything from gift cards to our trip. And it's really something to just that extra push to go a little bit more, spend an extra hour out there working is something that I would try to push my people to do at any point in time, as well as the company. And so that's kind of what I mentioned, that the company has a direct interest that lines up you, and that's a unique position here at Wise, is knowing that you have a company behind you, pushing you just like you want to be pushed.
And I want to add one other thing. Because there's a lot of experience in this company, way beyond 2017, we actually do have sources of the tools to help people understand what it takes to be good at it. And we can definitely help you to, especially if you're considering that. If some of you out there considering maybe a sales path, this is a great way to approach that path, is by coming in some class. Just because marketing resources and the training to be able to take the good sales and also do sales at a high level. And so just wanted to add that in as well in terms of what the other thing we're looking for too right now is we're looking for a controller. We've actually grown over the last year, and so we're start filling that position to get control. And what we're looking for controllers, we definitely want someone who has a bachelor's degree, at least in accounting. We would prefer an MBA in some form of accounting. We're also looking for someone that has experience, like that person to have at least 5 years experience as a controller or assistant controller. And definitely we want to make sure that the person does have a knowledge of GAAP and of risk management. So pretty much this role, just, it would be this person would monitor the company's financial status, review budgets, provide strong analysis for future projects, and then also manage, any accounting transactions with the company. And so if there's any interest there, then yeah, please feel free to reach out to myself, or if you're interested in sales, then definitely reach out to Chad. Some other future positions that we're going to be have needs in probably next year. We'll be looking for HR personnel, some marketing people, marketing specialists, sales managers, inside sales representatives where they take customers and try to sell some alarm system over the phone. That's what we have today. In terms of the PowerPoint presentation, I'm just excited that I'm finally a YouTube star. Is that right, Luke? Did I make it?
That's right. That's right. You're going to go viral. You're going to go viral.
I feel it. I feel it coming.
I know. You get those. You get that the viral tingling sensation when you go on YouTube. Yeah. But this is great. And guys, such a fantastic presentation and great overview of Wise and everything that you've got to offer. With all of that being said, wanted to jump into a Q&A and ask you a little bit about your experience. So. Maybe we can start with Chad. Chad, I mean, you came to Wise from your MBA. Tell us about what the path was there, how you got connected to Wise, what was the path in, and what made you want to come to Wise in the first place.
So I actually just responded to one of their basic ads. And once I came in, it was really just a matter of meeting everybody. Jefferson's in the COO position, Jeremy Pixton is in the CEO position. And honestly, I kind of had a couple conversations with the guys, the sales reps, the manager that was here, and immediately just went over. And this is the beauty of Wise, is I just walked into an office over and I'm talking with the CEO and the COO of the company, told them exactly what I wanted. And they were there to help steer me and point me in the right direction. And again, to align those same interests on both sides. And after that, there was no looking back, knowing the pure growth and potential that this company has and that anybody that comes on board can be a part of. That's the biggest part that I'm excited about.
That's really cool, Chad. Thanks for sharing. And Jeff, tell us about your story. Like, how did you get involved with Wise? What was the background story there?
Yeah, so like I said, like I mentioned earlier, my home security experience started back in 1999, and I worked for a couple different companies and did that for about 10 years. And in the process, I actually learned a lot about operational aspects of companies, also kind of the marketing side of things, and I learned a lot about lead generation and digital marketing. Um, and so about 3 years ago is when Jeremy, who's the CEO of the company, he decided to start this whole Wise project, and then he reached out to me and just said, "Hey, I'm I'm doing another home security company, and he'd love to have me on board to help him with the operational side of things and the financial side of things." And so yeah, obviously it was a great opportunity for me and my family, and I jumped on board and haven't looked back since. So it's been great.
Super, super cool. Thanks for sharing as well. And so just so that you know, we've got a lot of comments coming through here on YouTube and asking questions and so on. We got folks from Saratoga Springs, from Lehigh. We got folks from all the way in Ohio and California as well joining. So thank you everyone for tuning in. But we got a question here for Jeff from Mandisa. And she says, what are your current pain points in the C-suite during this phase of rapid growth? Like, what things are you struggling with? What challenges do you have?
That's a great question. Thank you. I'd say the biggest pain point is just finding the right kind of talent. And this is typical, with companies that start. It's just trying to find the right people for the right job. And so I'd say that's a big pain point for us right now, is just finding the right talent. Just because sometimes what happens is you go through the interview process, and you meet certain people and you think, oh man, this guy or this gal is going to be a great fit for this position. And then the day that they start, it doesn't end up being what you thought it was, right? And so I'd say for us right now is we're in this growth phase. And so we're just really trying to find the right talent. And so that's a big pain point for us. In terms of the finances, we've got plenty of financial backing, and we've got a lot of our processes already in place that are helping the company to function just fine. And again, a lot of that has to do with the experiences that we've dealt with before, where we've been there and done that, and so it's easy for us to know what to do. So that'd be number one, is just find the right talent. Number two is we actually have our own custom CRM solution. And so that's come a long way, but that still has a ways to go. And so once we get that to where it needs to be, then that'll obviously solve quite a few of our manual problems, if you will. Yeah. Hey, great question. But yeah, I'd say number one, talent, and then CRM growth would be our second pain point. But outside of that, we're doing a great job.
I'm with you. That's startup life, if I've ever heard it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We got a bunch more questions here that are coming through. Alonzo asked, and I love this question. I'm actually curious myself here. Where is the home security industry headed? Like, for someone that might be new to the industry or thinking about joining, like what would you tell them about trends and what you see in the market?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, Alonzo. So the one thing that I do know about the home security industry is it's recession proof. So even in a down economy, in a down market, home security companies do just fine. So if you look back at 2008, when we had that housing crisis, all of the home security companies did really well. As a matter of fact, there was one home security company in particular that did extremely well. It was because of that housing crisis that they did really well. I mean, yes, it's one of those things where it's unfortunate that we do well in a down economy, because crime typically is on the rise when you're in a down economy. And so there's definitely more of a need, and more people are more concerned when it comes to, protecting their home and their loved ones. And so right now we're going through this kind of whole crazy coronavirus, and it's causing obviously people to be more concerned about security, and the economy is, it's doing what it's doing right now, and it's probably going to struggle for the next 2 or 3 years. But again, home security companies always do great. And so right now is the time. If you're gonna jump in, it would be now, just because again, there's a lot of concern right now around that. And so hopefully that answers your question, Alonzo, in terms of, why you should do it, and if now is a good time. And then also, even when we do come out of a down economy, there's always a need for home security. Like I said, it's recession proof. It's always done well. There's always been consistency with home security companies, typically growing, year over year. But right now, yeah, we're growing pretty fast just because of what's going on.
Yeah, this is awesome, Jeff. And I mean, we literally were talking last night about a family in our community that got broken into.
Yeah.
And it was like, we just thought like, we had never even considered that happening to us here in Utah. We just thought like, wow, this is insane. We gotta think about this stuff.
Yeah, I have a quick story. So a couple of weeks ago, my garage was broken into, and so my alarm went off. And luckily, that scared the intruder, So yeah, not only just a couple of weeks ago, no joke, I got broken into. And so that's my first experience. I mean, I've been doing this for, 20 plus years, and that was my first break-in ever. And yeah, I was super glad and thankful that I had an alarm system to protect my family, because who knows what would have happened had that alarm not gone off. So.
Big time. I mean, Chad, you're on the front lines a lot of the time, and I'm sure that you hear about a lot of success stories. Are there any that come to mind with folks that have used Wise Home Solutions and been able to see some success there?
Yeah, one does come to mind. I actually had the opportunity to talk with this gal on Monday, a couple of weeks prior, and we got her all set up. She was pretty happy. She lived alone, and so she got set up with the full system on all the doors, all the windows, everything like that. She was completely covered out. On that Friday, I was actually back up in the area, and I was talking with another customer, and all of a sudden I hear this familiar voice behind me, and she's like, "Hey, Chad." And I turned around. I was like, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" And she goes, "Thank you so much." That night, she had a break-in.
You're kidding.
And a police responded and was at her house in under 5 minutes to take care of her.
That's so cool.
Was amazing. And she was so thankful and so glad. And that was one of my first opportunities where I was just like, wow, because that doesn't happen often. Yeah. Getting somebody installed in the nick of time really doesn't happen too often. But again, I love those kind of opportunities, knowing that I sell something very good, and on top of that, I can increase their happiness overall in their life, and their peace of mind is something that I love.
To add to what Chad said, I mean, this is just something that people can get behind, right? I mean, that's the beauty of the service that we offer here, is that you can stand behind this and feel proud of it, right? You can feel proud about what you're selling and what you're offering people, because what the type of service we offer, I mean, it protects families. It gives peace of mind. It legitimately does. And I know that's maybe a cliche thing to say, but it's the truth. It literally gives peace of mind. So, and that's something you can stand behind and feel proud of.
I love this, and I think a lot of the folks in our community care about the impact that they're making, and a lot of companies just can't say that they make a lot of impact. They make a lot of money sometimes, but the impact part is missing. And so this is really cool that you have both of those at Wise Home. So we got a couple more questions coming in. So if you're on the live stream, please keep them coming. We're going to grill these guys for the next couple minutes here.
Let's do it. Bring it.
Bring it. I love it. So the one question, Alonzo asked another really good question. What are Wise's current challenges, opportunities for creating customer awareness? Like if you think about, marketing, getting the word out, it would be interesting to see like how you're doing that. And I know Tanisha is on top of the marketing effort there, but two, like what are some opportunities to grow that on the marketing side?
Yeah, it's another good question, Alonzo. So what we're currently doing is trying to educate, right? I mean, that's the best thing you can do, right? Is just educate people bring awareness to home security and to, you know, how you can, you know, protect you and your loved ones. And right now we have a social media campaign where Tanisha and her team actually do a really good job of trying to educate people, trying to teach people about what they can do, you know, if they don't have an alarm system or if they do have an alarm system. Um, and so we try to take that angle from a social media standpoint. And what we plan to do with that in the future is we definitely are going to try to create some partnerships, you know, with some with different partners out there where we can where we can continue to educate. I mean, that is the plan. But right now we're kind of doing it at more of an organic level where we do it in the social media space. We do it through blogging. We're doing it, you know, just through, you know, the interactions that we have with our customers, you know, on a day-to-day basis. But yes, in the future, when the budget allows, you know, then we do plan to have, you know, certain partners where we can continue that education piece, you know, and helping people to know what it takes to really provide, you know, home security.
Love it. This is awesome. And so let's see. Lindsay got another great question here. She wanted to talk, and I'm actually really curious about this as well. You know, you talked about being a startup, right? And there's a culture that comes along with that. Tell us a little bit more about the culture of Wise Home Solutions. What kind of culture you've built, what it's like to work there on a day-to-day basis. Maybe you have some experiences with working with the team and the tight-knit community that Wise Home is.
Yeah, no. So we're constantly working on our culture, and I think a lot of companies are, where they're always, you know, concerned about their culture and trying to, you know, create a culture and keep consistency with that culture. So for us, it aligns itself with our mission statement, where we put our customers first, but we're also have this idea of trying to put our employees first. And so one thing that we're doing right now is we as a group, we actually read leadership books. And these leadership books provide another education piece to our people to become more effective leaders or more effective managers or more effective communicators even, right? And so like one of the books we're reading right now, it's all about, it's called Dare to Lead. And I haven't read the whole thing yet, so I can't really give you a complete synopsis on it. But however, from what I've read so far, it's about selflessness. It's about being selfless. It's about, you know, making sure that you're trying to help those that may feel lonely, right? Because sometimes when you go to the workplace, you could feel lonely. You know, you can feel alone because you're supposed to come in, do your job, and then go home. But this book is talking a lot about how, you know, you need to help people feel a part of the team, help them feel like that they're a part of something great. And so, yeah, that's something that we really want here in this culture, and that we do have in this culture is I feel like we do have a lot of people who are selfless, who care about each other, who want what's best for each other, and don't want to have them have this whole feeling of being lonely, like I'm talking about. And so that is our culture, is that we're trying to put each other first. We're trying to be selfless. And the culture will evolve over time, you know, but yeah, that's one of the things we've implemented is reading of books. Then yes, we do you know, try to take people to lunch and try to do different things to help them feel more included in this big these big goals that we have. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
No, absolutely. That's amazing. And I think that's more important than ever right now during the pandemic, where people can feel isolated. We're going home and we're not spending time as much with friends and family. And so having a work family that you can, you know, come to and be a part of is really important. Super cool. Tell us real quick. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned some of the team outings and all of that kind of thing. I know things are off schedule right now just with the pandemic, but tell us a little bit about, and maybe, yeah, both of you could speak to this, some of the elements of Wise Home that you've liked that unify the team. So, you know, maybe outings that you've done in the past, or team activities, you know, team unifying things.
I mean, we actually just took the sales guys to lunch yesterday. And so it was nice just to sit down and kind of talk. And and not necessarily put on your work hat. And so I had an opportunity to kind of chat with some of the guys and talk to them, and I'm pretty sure Chad was obviously part of that lunch too. So we took them all to Goodwood. Love their barbecue. Shout out to Goodwood. But it was nice just to just talk to these guys on a personal level. And so I think, like I said, that's important to do that. We actually have some other activities planned for the future with people where we're going to do, like a summer party. We actually canceled it for this year because of the pandemic. And we're definitely we're very respectful of that, of what's going on with the pandemic. We know that that's a big thing, and we're very, very sensitive towards that, and have implemented some things here. That's why we've actually canceled quite a few things that are these team building experiences, and in order to be respectful of what's going on right now in our communities. But yeah, I mean, the more recent one is just, this lunch yesterday. I don't know if Chad has anything, but we do it pretty frequently where we try to have these little sessions, and where people have an opportunity to kind of speak their mind and talk about whatever they want to talk about, so we can create more unity within the company.
And I would say I completely agree with that. I love the lunches and the activities that we go out and do. One thing I do kind of want to touch on is the uniqueness of what we get to do is every once in a while, the company, and we call them our blitzes, but what we do is we go out and test different markets. Head out to Reno or Boise, Grand Junction, some of these different areas. Some people look at it as, I get stuck in some random area and I have to sit there and work all day long. Like, that's definitely one way to look at it. What we get to do is the company puts us up in a beautiful Airbnb and sets us up, and we know that we're doing about 10-hour days, and it is hard work. Every minute outside of that, we're spent talking, communicating, building our bonds throughout the team. But on top of that, again, I kind of mentioned the interest, knowing that everybody's having a conversation, and it always gets tied back into work and how to be better at work and how to do this. And that's where you really get to get close with your team members, but then on top of that, learn as much as you possibly can. I always push all of the sales reps that come on to train and train and train. And then when they go on these blitzes, to ask as many questions as possible, because all we do is sit late at night by a campfire, whatever it may be, and just talk about different things that we can do, different things that we can try to help better our sales as well as the company's interests.
And one other thing that comes to mind too, as well, Luke, is that we're all about transparency, and so we want people to have a voice here at the company. And so we've actually created an environment where people can have a voice, where they literally can go into the CEO's office and go, "Hey, I want to talk to you," and the CEO's gonna be like, "All right, yeah, let's sit down, let's chat." So we definitely believe in transparency here. We believe in people having a voice, just because we know that those voices can help us to be better moving forward. And so I just want to, in terms of having more of that team effort, yes, we do. We definitely focus on making sure that people have a voice and that they're heard.
Yeah. I love this. And Chad, I'm curious, while you're out there either doing blitzes or selling, and the reps are selling, what are some of the things that you've done to work around the pandemic, right? Obviously your approach might be a little bit different there. Have you changed the approach at all?
As far as what we've done, you've definitely closed a lot more deals outside. That's for dang sure, and that's something interesting. But as far as what we're doing, all the reps have masks. We all take all the precautions necessary to make sure that we are not putting anybody at risks. And also, we do take care of ourselves as well. And I think that's one of the biggest things, where you can, on the day-to-day, try to take care of as much as you want at the workplace or whatever. But outside of work, the threat is still the exact same. So we really pride ourselves on talking about the different ways to protect ourselves for the better of us and as well as the company. Because the last thing we would want is anybody to get sick in this situation. Yeah. But again, the biggest thing is staying true to what we know, but also at the same time respecting everybody's wishes or values and whatever they may be during this time frame, because everybody's different.
Yeah.
But again, as long as we know we take care of ourselves, then we're not putting anybody else at risk.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. So I've got a really good one here, and we'll end on this note. If you could talk to us a little bit about, Mendisa asked, you're in 9 states currently. What are your future expansion plans? And just tell us, I mean, give us a lens into the vision of the company. Like, where do you see the company over the next year, 2 years, Jeff?
Yeah, so I'm going to go even further than 2 years. So our ultimate goal is the big audacious goal that we have as a company is we want to get to 30 to 50,000 accounts. So with us, we actually don't sell off our accounts. So some alarm companies out there, some home security companies, what they'll do is they'll acquire a customer and then they'll sell it to a different company. We don't do that. We have, it's our customer, and so we keep the customer. We don't sell them off to anyone, and just because, again, we want to provide them that high level service. So for us, our big audacious goal is we want to get to about 30 to 50,000 accounts. Right, we're at about 2,000 accounts right now, so we do have a little ways to go, but we're in this kind of fast growth space right now where we're growing pretty fast. That I think we could do it in the next 5 to 7 years. We could be at that 30 to 50,000 accounts. And so where we see ourselves, in the next, 1 or 2 years is what I see is I see, every position that I hope and want filled. I see that Chad, has not only, 1 office, but maybe 3 or 4 different offices that he's managing. And also where I see ourselves is that we've created a name for ourselves, that a lot of people are now more familiar with the Wise Home Solutions brand that's out there. And how we do that, like I said earlier, it's talent, right? It's about finding the right talent. It's about finding the right people to come on board to help us get there. But that is our big goal, right? Our big goal is to be able to get to 30 to 50,000 accounts. And the only way we'll get there is through the talent that we bring in. So we know that. So yeah, does that answer the question?
Absolutely. That was fantastic. And I just wanted to thank you both for taking the time to answer all of my questions, answer all of these amazing folks' questions on the live stream today. If any of them are considering a job at Wise Home Solutions, where do they go to apply?
Thank you.
Oh, did you catch that last piece? I was asking if where would somebody go to apply? What should they do?
I thought you were wrapping it up, and I was assuming you. So they can go to wisehomesolutions.com, and there's actually a careers page on there, right, Tanisha? I had to look at Tanisha to make sure that I said something correct. But also you can go to our social media, whether it's our Instagram or our Facebook. And what is it, Tanisha? Give me the call out. What is it? Is it at My Wise or
My Wise Home?
My Wise Home. So either wisehomesolutions.com or My Wise Home if you're on social media. And yeah, we have plenty of pages or links to be able to look into different careers. Or should we give Chad's cell phone number out? Let's do that to the masses. Let's make him a YouTube star. Here we go.
Yeah, no, that'll go viral.
We'll stick with those two.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so much, Chad. And thank you so much, Wise Home. This has been fantastic. And we look forward to sending these folks your way. We'll chat to you soon.
Cool. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.